This is a really difficult thing to film, but it has to be done. It's a touchy subject, but it has to be spoken about. This is about a transgender student called Leo. His school basically didn't allow his name to be changed on the school system until it was legal, or until he was 16. And he killed himself. This is just my response to it all. I need to say what I have to say, because since hearing about it, I've had all these emotions, and I've just bottled them up over the past few days. But I just wrote everything down, and now I'm going to say it to you. Number 1. Dear Sharon Cromie, head teacher of Leo's school. I'm trans. Don't know if that rings a bell, but... First of all, you should lose your job. It's as simple as that. You should not have the job that you have. Not only did you deny Leo's name change request, you proceeded to use his dead name and misgender him after he died. It just shows how little respect you have towards him and other transgender students that you may have. Any school should have respectful LGBT policies, especially for trans students. If there are any trans students at your school, you have probably made them so fearful to come out now. And that's so damaging. That is so damaging to someone. No one should have to feel that. They should never have to go through that. They should be able to feel comfortable and safe to say who they are. And you've taken that away from them. I don't see why you need it to be legal or need them to be a certain age for people to simply call a trans student the correct name. There's no need for that. They should be able to say, hi, I'm transgender, I go by this name, I go by these pronouns, can you do that? And you should be able to say, yes, we'll do that, we'll inform your teachers, we'll inform the students if they want that. And that should be that. How easy is that? The only reason I can think of for you denying this is because you are blatantly transphobic, which, again, you shouldn't have your job. Like, no legal change is needed. General respect is, so I can see why it didn't happen. I'd have thought that an event like this would have opened your eyes and made you think about the words that you say and your actions and thoughts towards students that may also be trans within your school. Due to your response to everything, I doubt that is going to happen. Just know that if you'd have said differently, you may not have lost a student. To the NHS and general practitioners, I'm not well informed on policies or anything, but I don't see why you would deny Leo his surgeries. He obviously wasn't going to get them straight away. I mean, there is a large history of the NHS mistreating transgender patients, and almost to the point where some have said that they felt like a lower class, like below everyone else, which is appalling. I really don't have much to say towards the medical side of things, but I'm appalled by the way that you've responded to Leo's request, especially seeing as he had appointments at the GIC and with CAMS. He'd done everything right, and you still said no. No, it doesn't make me feel very confident. I'm sure it doesn't make most trans people within the UK feel very confident. because most of them will be relying on you, and yet this has happened. So, yeah. To the Daily Mail. Most media coverage of LGBT things, not the best, but you are amazingly terrible. I don't know how you managed to have such a wide audience, but okay. I am honestly appalled at your report. Like, there was no reason for you to mention Leo's birth name. You mentioned it at least 5 times within that report, and it was not necessary. I'm sure Leo wouldn't have wanted that. If you're putting out a report about this, surely it should be to respect that person. And you have not done that. You misgender him. You use his dead name multiple times. Even if you're taking a quote, you could easily adapt it to be respectful towards Leo. I know that if something were to happen to me, and a report were to be written about me, and my dead name was in it, and I was misgendered, I would turn in my grave. Quite literally. It would hurt. Trans people go through the dead names and misgendering enough to the point where they may feel like they have to do what Leo did. And you're not helping. You're also making it seem like it's okay for someone to go up to a trans person and be like, "Oh, what was your name before? What were you before?" That's nobody's business. If they're okay with saying it, sure, okay. But I can assure you that in most cases, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want their name mentioned. They don't want to talk about that. They want to focus on who they are and themselves and their future and their actual name, which in this case is Leo, and nothing else. I will take into account the fact that some people may not know a lot about transgender people in general, but saying that Leo was born as and then his dead name, you're not doing a good job on informing people. A simple description of what transgender means, or like who a transgender person is, just a simple and respectful description included would be fine. You should respect his name. His name is Leo, and nothing else. I don't understand how you're such a big news label. Because you're awful in general, not just in this kind of subject, just in general. But if you're going to take anything away from this, be respectful. Learn how to be respectful, because apparently you don't know how to be. Dear Mr. Etherington, I hope I pronounced your last name right. I'm awfully sorry if I didn't. I can't think of what you're going through right now, and I'm not going to try and empathize because I can't. But I want you to know that just from reading the report that you are an amazing dad. You're such a good dad. Your love and support for Leo really showed through. I hope you don't feel at fault for any of this, because you really shouldn't. You shouldn't. You are the best dad. Anyone would be lucky to have you. And I'm hoping that there are more parents like you soon. There are so many people that just need the kind of love that you give. I'm wishing you the best through this time. I hope the pain lightens. I know it's gonna be very difficult for you. And I'm not very good with words of comfort. Anyone would be so happy to have you as a dad. And none of this is your fault. Finally, to all trans students out there, you will get there. I'm still getting there. You may come across many obstacles. Some may push you back into the closet for a while, but you will soon find a place where you can be you. I was too scared to fully come out in secondary school. I couldn't do it. I was too scared that people would laugh at me. But when I joined college, I got the sense of how open and accepting everyone was. And so I kind of slowly came out there, and it's really helped me grow and learn and even accept who I am. I've gone through so many names, so many names, and that I thought were right, but they were just more like bridges to get away from my dead name. But I am very content with Noah. I have gained some of the most supportive friends ever. I have an amazing mum who supports me. I should be getting my first GIC appointment sometime next year. I could be on testosterone by the end of next year. I'd be 19. I'm still here. And it's so tough. It's so tough. There's gonna be so much to push through. And if anything, you're gonna be pushing your entire life, but it'll become so much easier. So much easier. It'll almost be unnoticeable. If you don't have that supportive voice in your life, then I'll be it. Message me if you want to. I want to be here for you. I want to be able to help. I probably know how you feel because I was there once and I'm still getting out of it, to be honest. But please know that someone is always here. I believe in you and I know you can do it. If you've watched all of this, then thank you. I don't usually encourage people to share my videos just because, but if you could, sharing this would mean a lot, because I'm not just doing this for a few people to see. I've said those things addressed to those people in the hopes that they will see it. But regardless, thank you for watching. If you don't know about this, I'll post a link to the report in the description. If I can find a better report, I'll post that instead. If you want to message me, I'll put my Twitter in the description. You can message me on here. Just please know that I'm here for you. Thank you for watching again. I'll go for now.